जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवर धारी जय गिरिवर धारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवर धारी जय गिरिवर धारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन जमुना तीरा वनचारी जमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद जय Prabhupada Shila Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jai Ho Vishnupad Paramhansa's Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Anant Koti Vaishnavind Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavind Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Goloka Nanda Ki Jai Shri Giriraj Ki Jai Gaur Premanandi Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Mathura Dham Ki Jai Ganga Mai Ki Jai Jamna Mai Ki Jai Tulsi Devi Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Samved Bhaktavind Ki Jai Shri Shri Gornitai Ki Jai Sankirtan Yagna Ki Jai Mridanga Ki Jai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. All glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Shri Prabhupada. Maharaj, with your permission. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we're going to continue our study of Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 54, and we're going to read verses 56 and 57. We're just coming towards the end of this chapter. That's the marriage of Rukmini and Krishna. Sa Vrishni Puri Uttam Bhitendra Ketubhir Vichitra Malya Bar Ratnatora Nae Babo Pratidwarai Upaklipta Mangaler Apurna Kumbha Guru Dhupa Deepikai Savrishni Puri Uttambir Indra Ketubhir Vichitra Malyambara Ratnatorane Baba Pratitwari Upaklupta Mangaler Apurna Kumbha Guru Dhupa Deepike Sarvishni Puri Uttamba Bhitin Kutubir Vichitra Malambara Ratnatorane Baba Pratidwari Ukaplata Mangaler Apurna Kumbha Guru Dhupa Deepike Savrishni Puri Uttambi Hitendra Tetubir, Vichitra Malyambara Ratna Torane, Baba Prati Dwari Upakta Mangale, Apurna Kamba Guru Dupadipike. Vishnupuri Utambe Ketubir. Word for word meaning. Sa, that, Vrishnipuri, city of the Vrishnis, Utambita, upraised, Indra Ketubi, with festive columns, Vichitra, variegated, Malya, having flower garlands, Ambara, cloth banners, Ratna, and jewels, Toranai, with archways, Baba appeared, beautiful, Prati, in every, Dwari, doorway, Upaklipta, arranged, Mangala, with auspicious items, Apurna, full, Kumbha, water pots, Aguru, scented with Aguru, Dhupa, with incense, Deepikai, and lamps. Translation by disciples of Srila Prabhupada. The city of the Vrishnis appeared most beautiful. There were tall, festive columns and also archways decorated with flower garlands, cloth banners, and precious gems. Arrangements of auspicious full water pots, aguru-scented incense, and lamps graced every doorway. Please repeat. The city of the Vishnus appeared most beautiful. There were tall festive columns and also archways decorated with flower garlands, cloth banners, and precious gems. Arrangements of auspicious, full water pots, aguru-scented incense, and lamps graced every doorway. There isn't any purport, but we're going to continue on to verse 57. Shikta marga matkyo bir ahuta preshta bubujam gajeridvasu param shrishta arambha pugu pasobhita. The city's streets were cleansed by the intoxicated elephants belonging to the beloved kings who were guests at the wedding. And these elephants further enhanced the beauty of the city by placing trunks of plantain and betel nut trees in all the doorways. Om Ajnana Trimandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshuranmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitanam Pavnibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Vishnaya Bhutale Srimate Gopal Krishna Swami Namine Prabhupada Sahitam Prakasya Jivata Sacha Pracharam Kritam Sadhu Bhagavad Padate Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Vishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pacharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. So the city of the Vishnus appeared most beautiful. There were tall festive columns and also archways decorated with flower garlands, cloth banners, and precious gems. Arrangements of auspicious full water pots, agura-scented incense, and lamps graced every doorway. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, in the city there were high flagpoles which touched the city of Indra. Jiva Goswami says, 2 verses describe the city. The arches were colorful with garlands, cloth, and jewels. And Sanatan Goswami says, the city was endowed with all wealth, or was decorated for the festival and had indescribable magnificence. At various places, colorful garlands and banners were placed, or the colorful arches had garlands. By these arches, the garlands, the city shone. In verse 57, the city streets were cleansed by the intoxicated elephants belonging to the beloved kings who were guests at the wedding. And these elephants further enhanced the beauty of the city by placing trunks of plantains and betel nuts trees in all the doorways. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, the streets were sprinkled with madha from the elephants of the best kings. The doors were ornamented with tall banana trees and betel nut trees. Shiva Goswami says, Upashopita means made more beautiful. The streets were soaked with the mother from elephants because the mother dropped here and there from the roaming elephants. The streets became more beautiful with the betel nut and banana trees raised, paramshrishta, by men. Or the streets were soaked by the elephant's mother, and the streets were made beautiful with the betel and banana trunks touched by the elephants. Though the elephants were intoxicated, they were controllable. Thus the trees were beautiful and tall, with articles shining at their bases. This, and Sanatana Goswami says, the city was made beautiful with the planted betel nut trees placed everywhere, having fruits grabbed by elephants for eating. The elephants could eat them, thus the banana trees were huge and strong and indicated auspiciousness. The streets were sprinkled with mother. Okay. So all this, like until I read this verse, I had not quite realized what they meant when they said, like in India they call them mast elephant. Mast means intoxicated, kind of, with a swagger kind of a situation. And they are, and that's the mother. Mother is the intoxicated elephant. And at first I thought, what are these elephants intoxicated on? And then when I went and actually researched it some more, I found out, and maybe you all knew this, but I didn't, that the elephants, from the temporal area of the elephants, there are some glands that become activated when the elephants are excited, or they are in a sexual excitement as well. But they're supposed to be just when they're happy and excited. That also is supposed to happen. And in these glands, they discharge something like a thick tar-like secretion. And scientifically, they are called temporin because they are from the temporal glands. And they're just, they consist of all the bodily kind of liquids, but they also have aromatic substances like methylphenol and phenol kind of things. So that's what is described in this verse, that these elephants are spreading, they're dropping these kind of, this mada, and which makes the streets even better, nicer looking. And it also has a fragrance. So that's also, of course, they're scenting the streets with perfumes, various types of ether, and then this, in addition, kind of enhances it also. And there's a description in various scriptures of the elephants and the mother. But it was a fun, since I had to speak on the class, I was like, okay, I got to research what exactly is this mother. I mean, I've heard mother all the time, and in here, like I said, in Sanatana Goswami said, but these were actually still under control. When the elephants are very excited, they go crazy and they run around. But these were, the best of kings' elephants, and they were obviously well behaved. And so that was kind of an interesting sidebar on this. So we're talking here about the city of Dwarka, which has become which is so beautiful and made even more beautiful to welcome Krishna and Rukmini. And in the last verse of Bhagavad Gita 78, Sanjay is talking about, he's saying, Yatra Yogeshwar Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurjara, Tatra Strir Vijaya Bhakti, Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. He says, wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, which also, when he says the supreme archer, he doesn't necessarily, he's talking about Arjuna, but he's talking about the devotee Arjuna, the devotee who is surrendered to Krishna. So wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there's Arjuna, the greatest devotees, one of the greatest devotees, there will also be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. Now this is Sanjay, after reciting Bhagavad Gita, is concluding and saying that's my opinion. He's talking to Dhritarashtra. But here we have Rukmini, who is a greatest devotee of Krishna, and Krishna, and they're together. So wherever they are, there is opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. And here in the purport to this verse, Prabhupada had written, the Bhagavad Gita began with an inquiry of Dhritarashtra. He was hopeful of the victory of his sons, assisted by the great warriors like Bhishma, Drona, and Karna. He was hopeful that the victory would be on his side. But after describing the scene on the battlefield, Sanjay told the king, you're thinking of victory, but my opinion is that Krishna and Arjuna, that where Krishna and Arjuna are present, there will be all good fortune. So he's basically making a prediction, because right now the war hasn't started. This is before the war that Krishna is speaking the Bhagavad Gita. But Sanjay is saying, in my opinion, wherever Krishna and Arjuna are present, there will be victory. And he directly confirmed that Dhritarashtra could not expect victory for his side. Victory was certain for the side of Arjuna because Krishna was there. If we remember where Duryodhana and Arjuna went to Krishna to ask for his support. And when Krishna offered Duryodhana what he wanted, Duryodhana asked for Krishna's army. But Arjuna only wanted Krishna. And wherever Krishna and Arjuna are there, or Krishna and his devotee are there, there is victory, there is all opulence. Krishna's acceptance of the post of charioteer for Arjuna was an exhibition of another opulence. Krishna is full of all opulences, and renunciation is one of them. There are many instances of such renunciation, for Krishna is also the master of renunciation. So we arrive at this city which is full of opulence because it belongs to Krishna. And it is decorated with all this opulence because it's welcoming Krishna and his perfect devotee, Rukmini. And we've been reading about all this in the whole pastime of Rukmini and Krishna, and how Rukmini managed to get Krishna. And when we think about it, we talk about liberated women in the 20th, in the 21st century now. But and then as we go back over the recent centuries, you see all this women who basically are downtrodden under the thumbs of the men, not able to do anything, not be able to stand up to anything. And here in Dwapar Yuga, he's a totally liberated, fearless, brave woman who knows what she wants and goes after it. Doesn't mess around with it. She just goes straight to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and asks him for it. So that's the kind of lesson we've been seeing in this whole chapter. Whether according to Prabhupada, according to the scriptures, we are all women. And the only Purusha is Krishna. And our purpose is to achieve him. And how do we go about achieving him? So Rukmini Devi here shows that whenever I was listening to a class by Keshava Maharaj, and he talks about how if you want to achieve something heroic, something wonderful, we have to have 6 things, generally 6 steps. There's a sense of adventure, a call of adventure. So first, we see something and we have a sense of adventure. Then we have doubts, maybe we can't do it. And like Rukmini Devi, she's surrounded by all these people who are talking about all these glories of Krishna, which excites her sense of adventure. Okay. She doesn't just fall in love with Krishna and just, from hearing all this, but from all of that, her sense of adventure becomes active. She's in this, basically in a city full of all these kings who have come to get her hand, and she's been betrothed to Shishupal now, who have all come to attend their wedding. And this wedding is arranged by his brother, and she decides to go on this adventure to find Krishna. And so she writes that letter. And but then after she writes that letter, she gets some doubts. Is he going to come? Is he not going to come? And so there, she gets this uncertainty. And then, because she's Rukmini, a strong woman, she's able to overcome those doubts and have faith in Krishna. She has all this opposition. All these people who don't want her to go. But she has faith in Krishna, and she connects, she overcomes that doubt that she will connect to Krishna, and develops this deep faith that she will connect to Krishna. And I mean, just imagine this is the last day before her so-called wedding with Shishupal. And she's there, she sent the letter, she has faith that he'll come. How many of us can actually do that? How many of us? I don't. You all are actually, all of you are much more way elevated. And you all have different realizations and different experiences. You've all served Prabhupada with that faith, with the total surrender. There's that story by Shyam Sundar Prabhu, where he talks about when they didn't know anything, but they were sent. They went to London, and there they wanted to have this. They had this temple. They had no money, but they had faith in Srila Prabhupada. Really, they had faith in Srila Prabhupada, and through Prabhupada, Prabhupada had faith in Krishna. And with no money, rents to pay, they're in this temple, and the rent is due. And they go out one day. There's nobody on the street, and there is money floating around. Pound bills floating around. Those of us who haven't seen it have to have faith in the devotees' words that they actually found that. It is so miraculous. But they had faith, they found this money, gathered the money, and they were able to pay the bills. Those kind of stories of faith really help us gain our faith. And, sometimes when things are just not going our way, it is, we in this material world, we're just so entangled, and we keep doing, making efforts, making endeavors, material endeavors, keep doing and think we can control it and we're going to fix it. And then a realization comes that this is way too hard. This is not, we need to just see what Krishna wants. And when we surrender to Krishna, things just automatically go in whatever direction they're supposed to go. And that's what happened here. So because of that faith, all the doubts cleared, all the impediments went away, and Krishna came. He rescued her. And he brings her now to this most opulent city. And throughout Bhagavatam, we see similar pastimes. Bhagavatam is just full of similar pastimes. And the fact that in every incident, success is achieved by surrender to Krishna. And Krishna is achieved by surrender to Krishna. Whether it is Prahlad Maharaj, or whether it is Bharat Maharaj, eventually he achieves Krishna. And, Dhruva Maharaj, all of them. And that surrender is just so important. And that is, I think, to me, out of this whole description of Rukmini Devi's pastime, is the fact that she had faith and surrendered to Krishna, and she achieved Krishna. And with that in mind, maybe we will. And there was another, quickly I'm going to, another pastime that I read about in preparing for this was, there was Rukmini Devi, Loknath Maharaj, Loknath Goswami Maharaj, Loknath Goswami writes in Chaitanya Mangala that Rukmini Devi was another reason that Krishna came as Lord Chaitanya. And that's a pastime for another day. I guess I thought we had 2 minutes, but we don't. That watch is, yeah. But thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Rukmini Devi ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Golokananda ki jai. Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol.
Kandar Bhagom Vidamaniya Vishesha Shobha Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Anandani Yasa Sakalen Priya Priti Manti Vasyan Dipan Dikayanti Chiram Naganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrahasya Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Bajaume. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Putale Shimate Bhakti Vedanta Gun Sammeniti Namine Namaste, Saraswati Devi, Puramani Vachar, Negi Nivesesha, Shunyavane, Pasyachahude Satarane. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ati Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ati Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hey. Jai Om Vishnu. Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Todar Arpanam Arjanam Bhavamahadagni Nirvapanam Shreya Kairavya Chandrika Vitaranam Vijavadu Jivanam Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam Pratipanam Purnamrita Swadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatrapitani Amita Smarane Nakala Etadrishita Vakriba Bhagavan Mamapi Dordaiva Midrishami Hajjani Nanuraga Trinadapi Sunichena Charorapi Suhishuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari Nadanam Najanam Nasundarim Kavitam Va Jagadisha Kamaye Mama Janmani Janmani Ishvare Bhavatad Bhaktir Hoitaki Twai Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitam Mam Vishame Bhavam Buddha Kripayata Vapada Pankaja Stita Duli Sadrashim Vachintaya Nayanam Gadarshu Daraya Varanam Gad Gadaridai Gira Pulakarnishitam Vabhukada Tavanama Grahane Bhavishyati Yugayatam Namishena Chakshusha Pravashayatam Shunayatam Jagat Sarvam Govindam Virahename Ashlishava Padamratam Panashtumam Adarshanam Marmahatakarotuva Yatatatava Vidadatulam Pato Mat Prananadastusa Eva Napara. Victory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. O my Lord, congregational chanting of your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names you've invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking himself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I desire followers. I only want your birth after birth. O Son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor. Yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. Oh, my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name? Oh, Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord, unconditionally.